Hi, welcome to VariYoga with Andrea. Please take some time for yourself today. If you've tuned in via your computer or on the television, we're going to do some work today through this whole sequence for our neck and shoulders. You know, I get a lot of emails from you folks out there that watch the show, or you're traveling and you bring it up on Vimeo on your laptop and things. You know, if we travel or we're at an office and we sit and we hold our head in a certain way, our shoulders in a certain way, we build tension from the back of our heads. Sometimes you get tension headaches all the way down the neck into our shoulders. So today we're going to work on all of that, as well as down into our arms and into our hands, and do things for our fingers and our wrists. But first of all, find yourself sitting in your chair. So if you've just tuned in and you're sitting at a couch, if you notice, look, I'm going to show you, I have a pillow behind me, so do that. If you're on a couch, put a pillow behind you so you keep your back nice and straight. If you're sitting on a chair that's swivel chair, if you can lock it in place, that's a good idea. And then sit with your feet flat on the floor in front of you. So if your chair is one of those kind that you can put up and down, lower it so that your feet are flat and they're right underneath your knees. Lots of times we sit and we'll put our feet back behind us like this, or we'll sit them out in front, you know. So I want you to put the feet planted firmly on the floor to support your legs. Good. And then you're going to scoot your hips back. I've got this pillow behind me, so if you've got a pillow, that's good, because you want to have a straight spine. It's lots of times when we sit on a couch, we have our hips this way and we sort of round forward. Look at this, how I'm just slumping. You don't want to do that. You want to keep sitting nice and straight. Good. Now get yourself all adjusted here. That's what we're doing first, to get ourselves set up to do this neck and shoulder work. So you want to be able to sit comfortably without having any tension in your low back, in your legs or hips. You just find that place where you can sit here for a while. Yeah. And then just rest your hands on your thighs, just like I'm doing here. And when you do that, then just gently draw your shoulder blades back so that you feel your head of your arm bones moving back a little bit. And that helps lift your chest. Good. And then look just straight ahead so your chin stays parallel with the floor, just like mine is. And then close your eyes. So with your eyes closed, how often do you get asked to do that while you're watching TV? Not very often, but just do that with me here. While you're looking at the screen, you don't have to look at the screen, just hear my voice. Your eyes are closed. And breathe in and out through your nose. Just take a nice deep full breath in through your nose and out. The breath is the first defense against stress. So another deep breath in with me, good. And then out again. And all you're going to do here now is just lower your chin towards your chest. And do that with me. You keep your eyes closed and you're just taking your chin forward, face down. Keep the breath flowing. And then on your next inhale, just bring your head back up. Good, and you can open your eyes now so you can see what you're going to do next. I'm going to mirror you. So just slowly tilt your head over to your right. And what happens when we do that? Lots of times we start to feel some tightness, maybe the muscles starting to, ooh. I want you to just take your left hand and rub the left side of your neck. Go ahead and do that. Just give yourself a little massage. First, rub your muscle, just like this. And then you're going to use your fingertips and just gently press your fingertips into those neck muscles. Oh, yeah. So you're up the side of your neck, using your fingertips. You might find a spot, like when I did this and I'm talking to you guys, I found a spot right here. I'm just going to stay with it for a moment. If you find a little knot or there's like tension in your neck, don't move away from it. Use your fingertips and press into it. Good. All the way down. Yeah. That feels nice. Sometimes we just get working so hard and we're at our computer and we just say, I got to get all these emails done. I've got to get this website finished, this part of my website done. And you know, we don't take time. And even though our necks are screaming at us saying, come on, take a break. So good for you for doing this, tuning in. I'm going to release your hand and bring your head back up. Let's go the other way. So you're just going to tilt your head the opposite way. And we're going to, this is now the right side of your neck, and just stretch. First, just feel the stretch down your neck, and then you use your right hand, just without doing little pressure points, you're just running your fingers smoothly, just up and down that muscle. Yeah, good. So lots of times our tension headaches can start right at the base of the neck, move up into the back of the head, And then just start with your fingertips. That's it. Just walking your fingertips. I'm using my index, middle, and ring finger to walk down my neck. You do that too. And you might find a spot. Usually, for me, and you might find this, that one side of your neck usually holds a little more tension than the other. For me, this side of my neck right here. And it's probably from an old injury. I made yoga part of my life's passion because of neck injuries that I suffered when I was in my early 20s, lower back issues. I was very much into sports, very much into windsurfing and living in Hawaii and surfing and body surfing, so I was always getting knocked around. And so yoga helped me stay more active. Good. See how that feels for you. You move your neck around a little bit. Yeah. And then take your right hand. Again, where I'm mirroring you, take it straight up and just cross it over your head. And so you can just rest your right hand on the left side of your face and just gently pull your head over. So you heard the word gently. And then as you do this, you're pulling your head to your right. Let this left shoulder release down. You can even take your hand, just sort of push it down a little bit. Good. So you're getting this movement to the right of your head and then release to the left of your shoulder. Yeah. So this show is about 24, 25 minutes long. You take that time for yourself once a day. You will start to feel great benefits in your neck and shoulders. And then release and let your head come back up. Release your right hand, that's it. And then go the other side with me. So take this hand up and over. Just place it by your ear and slowly tilt your head to your left. That's it. Releasing the right side, and then you can use your right hand to pull your shoulder down gently. And keep the breath going in and out through your nose, unless you have, it might be the time of year where you have sinus issues or there's pollen in the air. So if you need to breathe through your mouth, it's totally okay. But try to practice throughout your day, noticing how you breathe, and practice to breathe your breath to come in and out through your nose. Good. And then release and come back up. Excellent. Yeah. So that was just some good neck releases. One more here. So you just turn your head to the side. Keep your chin parallel with the floor. Just look over your shoulder. Breathing. Keep the shoulders away from your ears. And then turn back to center and turn to your left. You can do that a couple times. And then back to center. Go again. Look over to your right. And back to center. Good. Over to your left. And back to center. Let's do it one more time to each side. So turning to your right. Keeping your chin parallel. Sometimes we have a tendency to want to look up. This looks. Keep the chin parallel, look straight ahead, and then back to center. Yeah, and then over to your left. Good. So I know about neck issues because like I said, there was a time in my life where I was continually in neck pain. And I do all these little neck moves now all the time just to get my neck in a comfortable place. Let's do one more here for our shoulders. So when I say shoulders, I'm talking about the head of your arm bones and in the back, your shoulder blades. Just lift them up towards your ears. Good. And then release them back down. Simple move. This helps get the trapezius and the rhomboid muscles moving. So lift up and release down. This whole show is also great to help you release tension and also build some strength in your shoulders. For some of you have said you want to make sure you never have rotator cuff issues. The rotator cuff is the part of our arm that connects, it's all the muscles that connect our arm to our shoulder, to our body. And if you travel a lot and you have to get your suitcase off from the overhead, you want to be able to have supple and strong shoulders. Good. So now what I want you to do is use your left arm and take it straight up towards the ceiling and then reach your hand behind your head. Yeah. And then you're going to take the other hand and just hold your tricep, that's this muscle here, and push your elbow up towards the ceiling. Just do that with me. We'll do something a little more challenging in a moment. Good. And I'm pushing the arm up. You too, you do that with me. And then release and change sides. Just take the other arm up, bend your elbow first, and then reach the other hand to the tricep and push. That's all I'm doing is I'm just pushing the elbow up, and the hand just relaxes down my back. Try that. And then breathe. Yeah, good. Then we're going to change again to go to the other side. And I want you to try this with me. See if you can take your hand behind your head and either push with that tricep muscle, push on that muscle and push the elbow up, or see if you can take your hand to just to your elbow. Yeah, and pull your elbow to midline. Now if you find yourself doing that and you're rounding forward, lift up through your heart and push your head into your arm, like you're pushing your head against your headrest. That's one thing I want to encourage you to do. When you're driving, set your headrest so it's right behind your head and practice pressing your head into your headrest with your chin slightly tucked. Do that in your car and you will release tension out of your neck. Practice just keeping a nice straight spine when you're driving. Let's change sides. And press the back of your head to your headrest. It helps release the back of your neck. It does. Those muscles then will kind of go, because you're not pushing forward, you're not slumping forward, you're forcing yourself to sit up straight in your car. Good. And then release your arms. Just let them hang to your side for a moment. Shake your hands out, shake your shoulders out. Good. So here's what we're going to do, just a self-hug. So bring your arms straight out in front of you, and then cross your right hand, grab your left shoulder, and then reach underneath with your left hand. And just hug your shoulders, just like this. Your elbows are stacked one on top of the other. Very good. Lift your arms up. That's all you're going to do. And then bring them back down. See if you can do that with me. 2 more times. Lift up. And then back down. There you go. That's it. Once more. And all this work for our shoulders. They'll thank you. And then here, keep your elbows together. See if you can remove your hands. See how close you can bring your back of your hands together. Can you bring the back of your hands together? That makes a deeper stretch for your shoulders. And then release back to the hug. And notice what arm's on top. So we're going to change. And that takes the left hand to the top and the right arm underneath. So now your left arm's on top. And inhale, lift your elbows up. And bring them back down. Good. And again, lift them up. So yoga can be done in a chair. You can take time when you're at the office. You may have done that today for yourself. Found this on Vimeo. And taking some time to release tension out of your neck and shoulders. Good. And then let your arms release to your side. Roll the shoulders again. Excuse me, it's simple work, but it really gets deep into those muscles. And now what you do is another thing. We're going to, like I said, we're doing with our hands. So interlace your fingers. Do that with me. And then as you did that, notice, this is usually when we interlace, and you're going to have a habitual way you do it. Notice which finger is on top, and that's fine. I want you to push your hands away from you, towards the screen, and keep them at shoulder height right now. Just push through the heels of your hands. All you're going to do. That's all I want you to do. Yep. Extension here in the arms, and then bend the elbows, bring your hands back in, and change the cross of your fingers. You'll feel like you're holding someone else's hand. But let's push the hands away again. Yes. I'm pushing through the heels of my hands. Your thumbs are pointing down. Good. Now relax your shoulders. Sometimes we start to do this and our shoulders inch up by our ears. Relax your shoulders. Good. And then bring your hands back in again. Change the interlace to the way you like to normally do it. And you're going to take your hands up now to first out in front of you and then overhead. So start to reach your arms up, hands up, overhead, extending. And as you reach up, hug your elbows towards your ears. And then lengthen out of your torso. You see how I just got a nice lift in my torso? Do that too. Press down into your feet as you lengthen up through your arms. Good. Now let's do that again. So bring your arms back down and you kind of start to sink back into your chair. You sort of do a little bit of a rounding here. Change the cross of your fingers. Don't think about it, just do it. Push your hands towards the screen, that's it. And then lift up, and as you extend your arms, it's amazing how that starts to get space in your side body, in your ribs. Lengthen up, you're almost lifting out of your chair. See how that feels for you. Good, and then release back down. What happens a lot of times we sit, and because of gravity, we get compression in our discs, and we also just start to lose space between our ribs and our hips. and we start to round forward. So all this again is about helping your posture, helping you with your releasing and strengthening, releasing tension in the shoulders and also strengthening the shoulders. So now we do one as a twist. And first of all, without raising your arms, just turn to your right. Take your left hand outside of your right thigh or your chair, and the right hand just behind you. And you're going to turn your upper body. I'm just going to turn my shoulders. You do the same thing. Keep your knees pointing straight ahead towards the screen. And turn your upper body away from the screen. And then slowly just turn your head the opposite way. This is great for the neck. Again, you'll feel it in your neck and shoulders. Keep your jaw relaxed. And then turn away from the screen. Do that 2 more times. Just turning the head. And back by the shoulders, keep twisting to your right. And then you turn your head. Yeah. Turn back once more. And now let's turn your whole body forward. And we'll go the other way. So you'll turn to your left. Notice where I put my hand. I put it on the thigh. You can put it on your thigh or grab your chair if you can. Grab the back of the chair and turn away from the screen, sitting nice and straight. And then just turn your head. Simple moves. I tell you, if you practice this at least once or twice a week, you will start to feel a difference. Yes. Because we don't realize that as you get older, you lose flexibility. We take it for granted when we're young. And then as we get older, our muscles get tight, our joints get tight. And the more you can move them with awareness and don't strain them, because sometimes you can overdo it and you'll pull a muscle or you'll stretch a tendon, and that's not a happy place to be. So you want to be careful for yourself. And slow, deliberate movements with your breath is much better than fast, trying to do things quickly and just bouncing or something like that. That's what can cause injury. All right. Now back to your hands again. So I want you to put your hands right in front of you, right in front of your chest, and notice I've got my fingers spread apart. I want you to do that too. And then just bring your elbows up, not so high that you get your shoulders engaged. Let the shoulders release down. Keep the elbows lifted. Press your fingers together. Spread your fingers apart so you feel your heels of your hands, the palms of your hands, the bases of your fingers pressing together. Good. And what you can do here is keep the elbows up, but just start to push your hands down. You're stretching the wrists. Yeah. And then you just bring them up. I'm not separating them. Lift them up, relax your shoulders, bring them down. Very simple movements for our wrists and our fingers. Good, and back up. And down. And then bring your hands to neutral. And this time bring your fingers together like this. And you're gonna keep your elbows lifted. But start to push with your left hand, push your right fingers back. Again, check into your neck and shoulders. Make sure you're not tensing there. And then back up again, and then go the other way. Yep. And back up. So we take our hands for granted, and we spend a lot of time using a mouse at the computer, on the keyboard. We don't take time to just let our hands, to stretch them out, to just do some little therapy work for our fingers and our hands. Good. And then release, and just start to move your fingers like you're typing, or if you're a piano player, you can just all the joints moving around in your fingers. And then what I want you to do now is just grab your thumb with your opposite hand and squeeze your thumb. Just squeeze it. Like we do a lot of footwork on this show, but I don't have you do a lot of hand work. And I thought today this would be a good thing to do. And then grab your fingers, your index finger, your middle finger, and just squeezing. Getting some circulation into your hands. Good. And all the way down to your little finger. And we'll change sides. And so you grab your thumb, your other hand, good. And then your other finger, just working, I'm just squeezing, just like if I was working with Play-Doh. Your middle finger, yeah. And then your ring, good. And then your all the way down to the little one, yep. Good, and shake your fingers out again, yeah. And then you're gonna squeeze your wrist. Squeeze your wrist. The opposite hand squeezes the wrist. Good. And then the other hand squeezes the other. Yes. And then what you're gonna do here is you're gonna actually take one hand and just start to slap your other arm. Just slap it. You might think, why am I doing this? office mates be going, what are you doing in there? Well, this helps your skin. This brings circulation to your skin. You know, sometimes, probably the only time sometimes you actually just rub your skin is when you've taken a shower. I want you to just slap it. Good. And then do the other side. I'm just slapping my arm. Do that with me. Bring circulation out to your skin. You know, skin is the largest organ in our body. You know, we don't think about it like that, but it's an organ. It helps release toxins out of our body, protects us from the sun, it keeps everything in. It's an amazing part of our body. Good for you to join me here. All right, so let your hands rest on your thighs. We're going to do a couple more things for our arms, and while you're on your chair, see how simple this is? Just simple yoga on your chair. So what I want you to do now is take your right arm straight towards the screen. The left hand's going to come underneath and just pull your right arm across your chest. Now I've got my arm going to the left. You should be too. To your left, and then turn your head to the right. It's a little deeper stretch for the neck, but also gets into your shoulder. Yeah. I'm going to hold this for another breath. And then turn back to the front of the screen. Release your arm. Do the other side. So reach across, take your hand underneath, and just gently pull. And then turn to the side, your face. Good. Release your arm, roll your shoulders again. And what you do here is hold your chair with your hands and sit back again into your chair. Set your feet out a little further of your knees so you can see your feet. And all I'm going to have you do is then take your hands and see if you're on a couch, this may be a little harder to do, but a chair, this works. Take your arms behind you. You're going to hold the back of the chair and just start to lift. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades again and just start to lift your chin. Not very much. You want to extend through the back of your neck. This is called the upper back bend. And we're getting those shoulder blades to move into the spine. Good. And then release. And the opposite of that is a forward bend. So you're just going to hinge right at your hips and fold forward. And then come back up again. Let's do that 2 more times with me. You're going to take your hands behind, and what you can do too is if you can't hold something, just interlace your fingers like we did earlier and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart, lift your chin. Good. And then release. And the opposite direction. Fold over your thighs. And then come back up. Let's do that 1 more time. Join me. Take your hands behind you. Either hold the chair or interlace your fingers and just draw the shoulder blades. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades towards my spine. Lift your chest. Take your chin up. And then fold forward 1 more time with me. Good. And come all the way back up. All right, so we're going to do a little more for our neck and head. So what you're going to do is take your fingers and place them on top of your head. You might think, oh, I don't want to mess up my hair today. Okay, if you don't want to mess up your hair today, don't do this part. But if you don't care, do this part with me. Start right at the top of your skull. Have you ever had when someone you go get a haircut and they start to just massage your head because they're giving you a shampoo treatment? It's the best feeling. So you're going to do this right now because you stimulate the skin in your skull. We don't do that very often. Maybe when we brush our hair, but I just want you to put your fingertips. It's really great work for your skull, the skin. It gets stimulated by your fingers, and you might, as you do this, find a place. Like right now, as I went back behind my ears, ooh, I felt a little tension right there. So hold it. If you feel a little tension when you're rubbing your head with your fingertips, hold that tension, hold that pressure in that little spot. And you feel, oh, this feels tight right here. You just keep your fingers there. Now for me, it's right here behind my head. Sometimes where your neck meets your skull, it's where the muscles connect. There's some tension, could be some tension right there. So I'm just pressing right now in the back of my head with my fingers. Yeah, good. And then one last thing you're gonna do is you're gonna grab your ears and just pinch your ears gently. Have you ever had a massage and they do that? I'm inviting you to do that. You might be thinking, oh, how silly this feels, but this is really good, again, for stimulating circulation into your ears. Yep. Excellent. One last thing for our eyes. Rub your hands together. Again, really warm. And just this part of your hand, the heel of your hand, you're going to just close your eyes and place the heel of your hand just right over each eyelid for a second. Close the eyes. And then again, rub. Do this one more time with me. Almost ready to close here. Wow, time goes fast. All of that with your just sitting in a chair. Place your hands over your eyes gently. And then release your hands to your thighs. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. We don't have much time left. Just want to say thank you very much for joining me. From my heart to yours, namaste.
VariYoga with Andrea is underwritten by the Arkansas Yoga Center. This eco-friendly facility will delight your senses and relax your body and mind. We offer classes in yoga, tai chi, meditation, and yoga teacher training. Our qualified instructors ensure that everyone is safe and comfortable at all class levels. Centrally located in Fayetteville next to Woodland Junior High. Visit us at the Arkansas Yoga Center to renew, refresh, and savor the stillness.